Hi, I'm Amy Steingart. Thanks for coming to my poetry reading. I'm going to have two poems for you today. And here's the first one, which is called The Edge of His Paper. He draws on my breasts with marker, dots, peace signs, flowers, vines, doodles. I hope it will wash away. He draws and I let him. I mind and I don't. I love it. It bothers me. He draws on my breasts with marker. It lingers, then dissipates. I like it more. I grow used to it. I wonder why I allow it. Last night he drew an owl amazingly well. We can't hear owls where we live. We have a backyard and a front yard, but we live in the city. My neighbor saw an opossum last year. She said it looked like a very ugly cat. Squirrels, raccoons, no owls. He saw an owl close to him once as a child in the woods where he lived. He dreams about the owl often. He tells me the owl is beneficent. He says, I was ready to draw it, to give it to you. I can't draw an owl that looks like an owl. I can't draw an opossum. I used to paint abstract tangles from my brain. I stopped. He draws on my breast. He runs out of room and draws on my torso. I tell him my belly button is the line of demarcation, the edge of his paper. I used to paint abstract tangles from my brain. Before that, spheres with lines of eggshell cracks. Before that, small black and white orbs, thickened red paint dripping beside them. My paintings lean on each other in the basement. I like it like that. My paintings lean on each other. And he draws. His breath brushes my breasts. I can't paint an owl that looks like an owl. I can't paint an opossum. I can't paint now, so I don't. I make him bread, soup, scones. I make him slowly roasted chicken. I make salads filled with gorgeous colors. I dot oil into water, spiral raisins into scone batter, tint the soup with beets, dye muffins purple with blueberries. Someday he will stop drawing on my breasts when he wants to stop, but I will never stop cooking, dotting, swirling, tinting. I will never stop dyeing, daubing, tinging, slicing, striping. I will paint us beautiful meals. I will sketch rich scented air. I will draw us nourishment, plenty, fullness. His markers will dry out. He will come to the table and eat my creations. My second poem today is called The Knitting, the Splitting, the Expanding. Can molecules recall that they shaped into cells, cells into a kidney bean, into a seahorse, a tiny life inside me? Could I do it again if I wanted to? If my molecules recall it, shouldn't it happen? My eggs are gone, but molecules could create an egg out of air. Isn't it just knowing the pattern, the arrangement, the knitting, the splitting, the expanding? Can molecules recall it? Before, we were obsessed with our own puny concerns, our lives, our idiocy and sorrows. Before there was a we, it was only molecules, alone and beautiful, forming the stars and gases and a planet and the ocean. I am vague on the science. Molecules are mysterious. When I picture them, it is not the diagrams from science class, the protons, the neutrons, electrons with their paths drawn clearly, flattened, beyond how exciting they are. Molecules are a mystery, gray or black or almost translucent dots flitting on the corners of my vision like dust motes. I want molecules to recall how they made the ocean, made my kidney bean, made my seahorse, but molecules don't have a mission. They are free, more free than anything I can comprehend. They flit in the corners of my vision, dust motes. They collide, lump together, split apart. Their invisible presence comforts me. They recall it all. Thanks for being with me today. I do this every 4 to 6 weeks on my YouTube channel. If you want to read my poems, they are on my website, amysteingartpoetry.com. See you again soon.